It was DepEd Secretary Leonor Briones said, "Whatever is happening in the country, whatever challenges we are facing, education must continue." Despite the pandemic we are encountering right now, Barrio Central Elementary School Monitoring and Evaluation Adjustment or SMEA still provides the necessary information on the performance, on teaching and learning process, learners' progress and achievement, and effectiveness of curriculum implementation, school programs and projects, and the overall progress of SIP-AIP on this new normal education. This documentation will give valuable inputs to improve its programs, activities, and projects. Part 1, Classroom Management. Percent of monthly attendance. The average monthly attendance for second quarter is 694, while for the third quarter is 695. One pupil transferred in last week of March. The first 6 months our monthly attendance is perfect, since our basis is on the retrieval of learning packets, meaning 695 learning packets were retrieved by the teacher for the second and third quarter. Number 2. On tardiness and cutting classes. We have zero number of learners who are frequently absent or late, since we have no face-to-face learning. For Part 2, on curriculum implementation, curriculum coverage in kindergarten, second quarter, 18 the target number of competencies to cover, and 18 also the actual number of competencies covered. For third quarter, 12 the target number of competencies to cover, and 12 the actual number of competencies covered. So we get 100% curriculum coverage in kindergarten. Curriculum coverage in grade 1. Shown on the graph, the target number of competencies to cover and the actual number of competencies covered. We got 100% curriculum coverage per discipline in grade 1. Curriculum coverage in grade 2. Shown on the graph, the target number of competencies to cover and the actual number of competencies covered. We got 100% curriculum coverage per discipline in grade 2. Curriculum coverage in grade 3. Shown on the graph, the target number of competencies to cover and the actual number of competencies covered. We got 100% curriculum coverage per discipline in grade 3. We got 100% curriculum coverage per discipline in grade 4. We got 100% curriculum coverage per discipline in grade 5. And we got 100% also curriculum coverage per discipline in grade 6. Number 2 on Part 2. Curriculum Implementation Learner Achievement in Grade 1. Second quarter. Mother Tongue got the highest gain with 1.57 while MAPI lost with 1.61. But still, Grade 1 average gained 0.07. On the third quarter, Araling Panlipunan got the highest gain with 4.02, while Mother Tongue lost with 1.09, but still Grade 1 average gained 1.25. Learner Achievement in Grade 2, second quarter, MAPE got the highest gain with 2.62, while Filipino lost with 4.43. But still, Grade 2 average gained 0.58. On the third quarter, Math got the highest gain with 5.14. Grade 2 average gained 2.91. Learner Achievement in Grade 3, second quarter. Science got the highest gain with 7.71, while Math got the lowest gain with 0.11. Grade 3 average gained 2.61. On the third quarter, English got the highest gain with 4.23, while USP lost with 1.53. But still, Grade 3 average gained 0.24. Learner achievement in grade 4, second quarter. English got the highest gain with 2.17, while EPP lost with 0.42. But still, grade 4 average gained 0.07. On the third quarter, Science got the highest gain with 5.25, while ESP got the lowest gain with 2.02. Grade 4 average gained 3.68. Learner achievement in grade 5, second quarter. ESP got the highest gain with 1.64, while Filipino got the highest loss with 3.85. Grade 5 average loss is 0.59. On the third quarter, Filipino got the highest gain with 5.19, while ESP got the lowest gain with 0.50. Grade 5 average gained 3.39. Learner achievement in grade 6, second quarter. AP and TLE both got the highest gain with 2.37, while Filipino got the highest loss with 4.43. Unfortunately, grade 6 average achievement lost 0.24. On the third quarter, TLE got the highest gain with 6.62, while MAPI got the lowest gain with 1.14. Grade 6 average gained 3.57. And the last part on learner achievement is the number of learners with failing grades. On second quarter, the number of learners is 694, and on the third quarter, 695. Luckily, we attained our target, which is 0 number of learners with failing grade. On discipline with low grades, teacher conduct remediation, and on discipline with higher grades, teachers conduct enhancement. Now, for Part 3, SIP-AIP Implementation, A.1, Status of Physical Accomplishment, AIP. On access, we have 3 planned outputs. First is the early registration or remote enrollment, wherein we increased number of enrollees from 629 to 695 as of May 2021, or third quarter. Second is the Oplan Balik Eskwela, wherein we have no complaints received. And for the third planned output is Project SAC or Save a Child. The output indicator is to decrease the number of dropouts by 1 pupil. 6 is the baseline and 5 is the physical target. This is ongoing and the project will last for 8 months or end of school year. On quality, second and third quarter, we have 5 planned outputs. First project, A positive or positive attitude. The output indicator is the number of failing grades on ESV. Our baseline is 578. The physical targeted is also 578. Physical accomplished 578. They targeted end of school year, so the status is ongoing because the project will last for 8 months. Second project, BBN or Bawat Bata Nakakabasa for Filipino, ICAR or Every Child a Reader for English. The output indicator is 2%, reduced in the number of learners under frustration level. Our baseline 72. This is based on pre-Phil-ERE. The physical targeted 72, physical accomplished 73. They targeted end of school year, so the status is ongoing because the project will last for 8 months. Third project, BCES Outreach Program or Batang Centralian Edukado Sigurado. The output indicator, create an EduPuruk. Our baseline is 0, since this is the first time we created an EduPuruk due to our present situation or pandemic. The physical targeted is 1, physical accomplished 1. They targeted October 2020. We accomplished it last February 2021, so the status is done. For the remarks, contributed to the delivery of distance learning. Fourth project, Mathtastic. Math is fantastic. The output indicator, 2% improve in numeracy. Our baseline 620. The physical targeted is 632. Physical accomplished 632 as of May 15, 2021. Date targeted is end of school year, so the status is ongoing because the project will last for 8 months. Fifth project, HFL, or Holistically Fit Learners. The output indicator, no record of mentally, emotionally, and physically serious illnesses. Our baseline, 0. The physical targeted is 0. Physical accomplished, 0 as of May 15, 2021. Day targeted is end of school year, so the status is ongoing because the project will last for 8 months, and hoping that there will be no record on mentally, emotionally, and physically serious illnesses. On governance, second and third quarter, we have two planned outputs. First, Project CLD, or Continuous Learning and Development. Output indicator is the number of SLAC or OLAC conducted. Our baseline is 8. The physical targeted is 9. Physical accomplished is 14 or 155%. As of May 15, 2021, the status is ongoing and the project will last for 8 months or end of school year. Second is the project PAP or Power of Partnership. First output indicator, 2% increase in the number of stakeholders. 50 is the baseline and 51 is the physical targeted. Physical accomplished is 75 or 147% as of May 15, 2021. The status is ongoing and the project will last for 8 months or end of school year. Second output indicator, 2% increase of revenues. 500 is the baseline and 510 is the physical target. Physical accomplished is 949.97 or 189% as of May 15, 2021. The status is ongoing and the project will last for 8 months or end of school year. Third output indicator, 2% increase in the number of meetings conducted. 5 is the baseline and 6 is the physical target. Physical accomplished is 120% as of May 15, 2021. The status is ongoing and the project will last for 8 months or end of school year. Fourth output indicator, number of improvements or rehabilitation. For second quarter, no baseline and 2 is the physical target. Physical accomplished, 2. Construction of waiting area and gulayan sa paaralan as of March 15, 2021. The status is done and date accomplished March 2021. For the remarks, we created safe and motivating environment. For third quarter, no baseline and 1 is the physical target. Physical accomplished is 100% as of May 15, 2021. The status is done and date accomplished May 2021. And for remarks, we harvested organic vegetables. Total of planned output is 13 and the physical accomplished is 100%. For second quarter value added, output, construction of waiting area, rehabilitation of AVR, and skull arc painting. The value added contribution, we created a child-friendly, safe, and motivating environment. Reason for achieving them, culture of responsibility and accountability among internal and external stakeholders. For third quarter value added, our first output, construction of plant tracks, rehabilitation of principal's office, value added contribution, created child-friendly, safe, and motivating environment. Reason for achieving them, culture of responsibility, accountability, and among internal and external stakeholders. For Part 4, Education Resources. For MOOE allocation and utilization for calendar year 2020-2021, BCES MOOE allocation is 566,000. The highest amount spent during second quarter was in procurement of office supplies for distance learning education like printers, inks, bond paper, etc., amounting 112,307.76 or 73% of its allocation, while on the third quarter, the highest amount spent still in procurement of office supplies for distance learning education amounting 121,811.76 or 80% of its allocation. As of May 15, 2021, we utilized 51.63% on the total amount of our MOOE allocation. For status of human resources in school, BCES teaching personnel, we have 5 teacher 1, 5 teacher 2, 8 teacher 3, and 1 master teacher, a total of 19, all in status of regular permanent. For BCES non-teaching personnel, we have 1 school head, 2 utility workers, 1 watchman, and 1 utility/school clerk, a total of 5. Same number of teaching and non-teaching personnel for second and third quarter. Next, no physical and ancillary facilities constructed for second and third quarter due to our present situation. On our learning resources, as we can see that grade 6 learners had no textbooks, while on the other grades, textbooks are not sufficient, but kindergarten got the most number of textbooks, more than the number of pupils. To augment the gap on textbooks, teachers strategize through sharing technique so that all learners can use the textbooks. On Teacher's Guide and Curriculum Guide for second and third quarter, as shown in the graph, that almost all subjects were complete. For incomplete Teacher's Guide or Curriculum Guide, teachers strategize to have it by downloading from LRMDS portal. On Health and Nutrition for second quarter, in the baseline data as of December 12, 2020, severely wasted 60, wasted 89 with a total of 149 learners. Through the help of the parents, we got the nutritional status of each recipient. At the end of the quarter, severely wasted 23, wasted 42 with a total of 65 learners. For third quarter in the baseline data as of March 12, 2021, severely wasted 23, wasted 42, with a total of 65 learners. Through the help of the parents, we got the nutritional status of each recipient. At the end of the quarter, severely wasted 20, or 13%, wasted 37, or 37% with a total of 57 learners. The number of wasted and severely wasted decreased. Thank you, School-Based Feeding Program, for the continued service amidst pandemic. On medical supplies for second and third quarter, shown on the graph, the number of supplies requested, the number of supplies delivered, and the number of available supplies. And it is decreasing in number, meaning it is consumed by the staff who needed it. On our community partnership for second and third quarter, shown on the table, the name of stakeholders, type and kind of support given, all for the benefit of distance learning. For number of community activities participated by internal stakeholders, second quarter, we have 2, namely wellness challenges and tree planting. For third quarter, we have 3, namely Fire Prevention Month, Bayanihan 2, VAC 2, School or Res Bakuna. For Part 5, Other School Projects, Professional Development second and third quarter, our target total number of IPPD outputs, 8, and 8 also the number of IPPD outputs accomplished. So we got 100%. For the number of community-based programs attended not included in IPPD for second quarter, 5, namely Edu-Child Parenting Program, next, webinar on Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War or DPCW, third, Strand Interface on Programs and Guidelines or CPAG, fourth, Virtual in-Service Training or ENSE 2021, and fifth, Regional Online Training of Trainers on Personal Financial Management. And for the third quarter, the number of community-based programs attended not included in IPPD, 2. 1. Webinar on Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War or DPCW, and number 2, usage of electronic biometric. Part 6, Qualitative Information. 1. Issues and Resolutions, second quarter. A. Our learning facilitator opted not to continue her services as facilitator due to work conflict. So to augment her absence, teachers always conduct kumustahan to their pupils using different platforms, even to the pupils in modular distance learning. Letter B, self-learning modules were not delivered on time, so teachers printed their own SLMs for modular learners using MOOE fund. We also tap potential stakeholders for donation of printing materials. Letter C. Some of our learning facilitators at home are not capable to teach their children, so teachers included YouTube link on their weekly home learning plan. Issues and resolution for third quarter. Some of our learning facilitators at home are not capable to teach their children, so teachers included YouTube link on their weekly home learning plan. For conclusion, number one, to be able to make all school programs and projects successful for the benefit of our learners, we should engage all teachers, pupils, parents, and other stakeholders to fulfill their corresponding roles and do their share in the upkeep of school environment conducive to learning. Second, transparency is vital in school because if people know what is happening and why, they feel more involved. Greater transparency, especially in financial aspect, can bolster and gain the trust of stakeholders. For recommendations, 1. Always create a culture of sense of connection, ownership, responsibility, and accountability to internal and external stakeholders. 2. Ensure collaboration with stakeholders for the success of programs and projects in school. 3. We should always create an atmosphere of strong camaraderie and harmony among internal and external stakeholders through team building. And 4. Always give recognition or appreciation to internal and external stakeholders for their invaluable contribution to school. With that, we can create love for the school to our stakeholders. Before I end my presentation, I want to share an old African proverb that reminds us that a child upbringing is a collective effort, and I quote, "It takes a village to raise a child." That's all. Thank you for watching, and God bless us all.